We're in this series called Different, studying the life of Daniel, and what we're saying is that different makes a difference. And in Daniel chapter 1, Daniel and his friends had resolved not to defile themselves by going along with the way of Babylon. And they took a stand. And the thing is, when people stood up to King Nebuchadnezzar, they didn't stand for long because they usually died. There were not many people who kept on living when they failed to comply with the rules of Babylon. So why was it different for Daniel and his friends? Why did they live? Why could they take a stand in a place where that was discouraged by penalty of death? And I think it's for one reason. Yeah, they resolved. But the second thing, their approach was different. They took a stand, but they did it with tact and respect, with submitting to those in authority, but also saying, hey, there's another way here. Test us. Their approach was very different. It was one of wisdom, of tact, and led to favor. And one of the things that happened is Daniel finds himself with another chance where he's being tested with his resolve. But it's actually another chance to show up and point attention to his God and maybe point people in a different direction for Babylon. The king has this nightmare, this dream that he can't figure out. So he gets all his wise men to interpret it, and they can't. So he says, kill all the wise men. Well, Daniel was considered one of the wise men. Without even having a chance to weigh into the situation, someone shows up and says, sorry, it's your time to die. All the wise men are being killed. And when Daniel figures out what's going on, that there's this dream, he says, well, give me a chance at this. And they say, okay. He immediately goes to his friends and says, please pray. We need God to do this for us. So as he shows up to the king, this is his big chance. He is resolved to be different. And his difference is making a difference. And he's got an audience with the king. And the king says, can you interpret my dream? And Daniel says, no. You mean yes, right, Daniel? Like, yes, you can do this. And this is going to be the reason you guys stay alive and everyone lives and now people know who God is. He says, no, but my God can. And there's things in life where suddenly you find yourself in a situation and you go, I can't do this. You need to know what Daniel said. I can't, but my God can. And what's so great in this situation, Daniel's approach was so different. Humility, tact, but also this idea that there's a God in heaven and he's the one that gets the credit for the successes, not just the one I look to in my failures or in my challenges, but he's the one that gets the credit even in the successes. And Daniel has this prayer where he talks about who God is, and his prayer was not just help me, it's you. Is all the credit goes to him. I can't, but God can. So I want to ask you, based on this week's sermon, where does your confidence come from? And who does your life and your gifts and your successes and everything about your life, who does your life promote? Is it you or God? And are you building an earthly kingdom like Nebuchadnezzar was? Or are you building a heavenly kingdom like Daniel and his friends were? Your difference makes a difference. And if you're different, you'll have a different approach like Daniel did.